Coucou à la team YouTube, j'espère que vous allez bien, j'espère que vous êtes confortablement installés. On se retrouve pour la suite de Vampyr. Sans plus tarder, c'est parti mon kiki. Ok.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr Swansea about it.
Oh, on en est au chapitre 3, mes amis. Histoire de famille. De cause à effet. Il est où? Oh, il se cache.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stole, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Oh non. En plus, c'est nous qui l'avons tué. Oh, je vais chialer. Calme-toi, Nomi. Calme-toi. On pleure pas. Oh non. Il faut aller au cimetière. Est-ce que on peut lui poser d'autres questions?
I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please do so.
Ah mince, on va lui dire. Oh,
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Something happened. She seems such a very capable woman.
Let's just say we had a difference of opinion, and I had to ask her to leave. Permanently.
I believe you. But as administrator of this facility, I would like to be consulted on such matters in the future.
oui, je comprends pourquoi.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Yes, Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Prewen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
We'll talk later.
Laissez-moi partir. Mais
Disgust on every street.
on voit que la moitié de la quête sur la droite.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered
Oh,
sister's
merci.
funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Ok, merci. J'attendais qu'il ait fini de parler. Il y a du sale bruit dans le cimetière là. C'est ça le cimetière? Bah oui, c'est ça. Ok, on y va.
My dear sister. I don't know if I have the strength.
Non, moi j'ai pas la force. Hein. Ah. Mais il fait flipper ce cimetière. Quelqu'un est en danger. J'arrive, j'arrive, j'arrive. Rien, je viens juste te sauver. Mais je t'aide. Tu crois que je fais quoi? Bleh. Voilà, voilà. Madame. Mais qu'est-ce que vous faites dans le cimetière toute seule? Il fait froid? Il fait noir? Il y a personne? Bonjour madame.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reid. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Ok. Ah, mais faut pas y aller toute seule, madame. Il y en a, ils veulent manger chinois. Hein.
Shouldn't you go back home, where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reid.
Ah bon? Pourquoi il veut te parler dans le cimetière? C'est bizarre, ça. Elle, je vais la suivre. Hein. Attends. Tu m'attends ici?
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder?
Tu m'attends ici, d'accord?
It's locked.
Et dans des tombes.
This man's far too old to be Samuel.
Ok.
No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Ok, il va falloir suivre les traces de sang.
As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Journal intime. Oh! Journal intime. Est-ce que j'ai le temps de lui lire? La curiosité nous tuera. Journal intime, le 12 octobre. Le père Whittaker est si vertueux, si plein de compassion et d'amour pour ceux qui souffrent. Ses paroles sont tout ce dont la ville a besoin. Ce soir, je lui ai donné tout ce que je possède, ma force, ma foi, mon argent. Et si cela ne suffit pas, je sais où en trouver plus. 17 octobre. Le père Whittaker et moi-même sommes allés dans une maison abandonnée près de l'église Saint-Marie. C'était un endroit horrible et dégoûtant. Les rats se disputaient l'espace avec les derniers résidents des appartements décrépits. La plupart d'entre eux sont malades. Les odeurs sont affreuses. Affreuses. Au dernier étage, le père Whittaker a trouvé un vieillard allongé sur un matelas crasseux qui toussait et crachait du sang dans un bol en bois. Le père Whittaker s'est agenouillé près de lui et a prié pendant un long moment. Le vieil homme a semblé aller mieux. Puis nous l'avons tous les deux aidé à trouver la lumière. J'ai pleuré alors et je pleure au moment où j'écris ces quelques lignes car je n'ai jamais vu une âme si soulagée d'avoir enfin obtenu la rédemption. Le père Whittaker est un saint. Mais attends, ils ont tué le mec? Si ce n'était pas présomptueux ou une expression d'orgueil coupable, je ferais le souhait d'être capable de sauver autant d'âmes que lui, car c'est un réel privilège que d'être témoin de tels miracles. Ce soir, nous nous sommes tous les deux rendus au bordel le long du canal. Je dois admettre que j'étais terrifiée à l'idée de croiser le chemin de Jézabel, mais les bâtiments ont été abandonnés depuis longtemps. Les putains et les infections vont de pair, m'a expliqué le père Whittaker, mais leurs clients prennent vite peur lorsqu'ils entendent parler de maladie. Dans la dernière maison close, nous avons trouvé 2 femmes malades qui dormaient ensemble dans une position coupable sous des couvertures souillées. L'odeur était affreuse, une fois de plus. Le parfum de Satan et de la maladie, m'a dit le père Whittaker, avant de s'agenouiller et de prier pour ces 2 âmes perdues. Les femmes étaient si faibles et malades qu'elles n'ont même pas pu bouger lorsque j'ai versé le pétrole sur les couvertures. Leurs âmes sont maintenant purifiées. Oh, ils sont en train de brûler des gens! Non! 21 octobre, le père Whittaker est un saint. Je ne laisserai personne se moquer de l'homme vertueux qu'il est. Il devrait recevoir davantage d'aide et de soutien. Mais comme tous les prophètes, il est esseulé. Il a besoin de plus de la part de ses disciples. Il a besoin d'amour et de preuves d'amour. Demain, je retournerai au cimetière et je déterrerai plus de richesses pour lui. Et en plus, ils volent les morts. Les morts n'ont que faire des biens terrestres, mais le père Whittaker et moi avons besoin de manger. 27 octobre. Ce soir, pour la première fois, c'était mon tour de mener la ronde. J'ai choisi de retourner là où nous étions rendus il y a 10 jours de cela, afin de voir s'il restait d'autres âmes à libérer. Père Whittaker approuvait mon choix, puisque le travail de l'homme de bien n'est jamais fini et Satan ne dort jamais, m'a-t-il expliqué. Il m'a aussi dit que si je continuais à faire preuve d'autant de zèle, il pourrait bientôt me confier des missions et des tâches plus importantes. J'ai tellement hâte. 3 autres âmes ont été lavés de toute corruption ce soir. Si ce n'était pas présomptueux ou une expression d'orgueil coupable, j'oserais dire que nous sommes sur la voie de grandes choses. Oh, vous vous souvenez que le prêtre nous avait dit que justement il voulait être purifié par le feu?
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
Ok.
Thirst for blood.
Alors on va aller en hauteur. On devrait pouvoir voir la cérémonie d'ici. Ouais.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
A fight.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Il est sérieux, lui? C'est la menace, ça.
These immortals try my patience.
Ouais.
With their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Oh, il a une croix. Non. Blablabla. Oh, monsieur. Oh, vite, vite, un F quelque part, un F. Non! Toi avec ta croix là.
This man stunned me with his crucifix.
Ouais,
This is
ton
not good
crucifix. Oh, voilà. Ok.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
I've no need for a kind ear, only a moment of peace in God's house.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've told you once, this is a private concern.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Who she was is not your concern.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary.
Il lui dit tout, mais non.
Forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Il lui a tout dit. Oh mon Dieu. Il faut retrouver Edgar Swansea à l'hôpital. Ok.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all. Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reid?
What do you know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday. Nobody has seen them since. I worry about them, in case bad things happen.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source of contagion in Whitechapel. Someone should do something about it, but no one cares.
Oh non, j'ai fait le mauvais choix.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood.
Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reid. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
You sent a man to die because of a stupid vision. I have heard enough of your nonsense. Goodbye. I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
If you propagate the devil's work, you'll perish by the devil's work. Such is the law of the Lord.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime, and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
You again? What do you want this time?
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I saw her wandering the streets. Yesterday, I think. She didn't recognize me. People say she's lost it.
Oh non.
It's a sad story.
Oh, j'en ai fait un légume pour de vrai. Oh non.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Joe, please, I fancy buying something, sir.
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears those who dare to get healthcare from that bitch are never seen again. Something fishy going on there, for sure.
So you only hurt people because you care about me? Is that it?
Don't be such a brat. I do what I must to provide us with food and medicine, that's all.
Mum would never have let you bully an old friend like Mr. Lewis. Shame on you.
Harry, I'm your father and I love you. But don't you ever speak to me like that again.
What? You're gonna beat me too?
Jesus. Give me patience.
I will return at a more convenient time.
Ok, pas tout de suite alors.
You again? What do you want this time?
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder if he's my own blood. Seems he's ashamed to be my son.
Why not change that then? If you used your strength to do good, perhaps Harry wouldn't feel that way about you.
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my boy? Who the fuck are you to interfere like that?
I don't doubt your motives. I'm certain you simply wish to provide for your family. But this desire might be the cause of your misery.
I don't think I like your attitude, sir. In fact, I'm starting to dislike your face so much, I might try to improve it, see?
I'd like to see you try, Colossus Joe. In the meantime, are you sure I can't be of any help to your son? I am a doctor, remember?
Never. Harry's complicated. Fragile, you could say. Doesn't mingle with strangers. Now leave us alone.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now. Rumors say the nurse has gone mad.
You and your father have a difficult relationship, Harry. Tell me, did he ever hurt you?
No, never. My father can be brutal and rude, violent even. But he never touched an hair on my head.
What is going on between you two then?
It's his job, if you can call it a job. He bullies people. Men and women we know, like poor Mr. Lewis. It's just not right.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Je vais arrêter là, mes amis. Je suis super impatiente de continuer. Vraiment, c'est un plaisir de jouer à Vampyr. La façon dont c'est écrit, le scénario, l'histoire et tout, c'est super méga intéressant, super prenant. N'hésitez pas à me dire en commentaire qu'est-ce que vous pensez du jeu, qu'est-ce que vous pensez des personnages, de l'histoire. Je suis impatiente et aussi curieuse de vous lire. Si jamais vous voulez me soutenir mon contenu, ce que je fais, n'oubliez pas de mettre un petit pouce bleu à la vidéo. Pourquoi pas aussi la partager autour de vous. Ça m'aide beaucoup si vous le faites, donc merci infiniment. Prenez soin de vous, c'est le plus important. Et je vous dis à bientôt. Bisous bisous.